Hey, hey! And welcome back to another episode of Speed Art from the Vault. We're still looking over my 2021 Halloween D&D Bash. As always, I am joined here by my good friend Mouse.
Howdy.
Who was a main player in the entire game. Today we're looking at the Cotton Fluff. You never actually fought this one.
No, I didn't want to.
No, because you remembered what it was.
Yeah, and we were already basically dead by that point.
Yeah, you had gone through so much. I think this was even after the multi-world mirror maze that we get to later. But, yeah, the Cotton Fluff was an idea I had back in high school of the cutest possible creature on the planet. I was just doing this for fun at the time. I had no plans to put it elsewhere. And then I realized while making it, what if it was also the single most dangerous thing you could ever come across? You can see in the top left-hand corner every now and again of the video the original concept art for it. But as you can see, I needed it to be even more adorable looking. This had to be the cutest possible animal I can come up with. Despite, Mouse, your protest that it was freaky looking.
Yeah, no.
You're not going to sugarcoat that one. You've never liked the design of the Cotton Fluff.
Not particularly.
It's a little cotton candy bunny rodent. Look at that adorable tail I'm drawing.
And, maybe it is irony, but I'm pretty sure it's the rodent part that never really jived with me.
Yeah, just the fact that it wasn't exactly a bunny.
Well, no, just the rodent features you gave it didn't add to cute. It just felt like it...
You mean the buck teeth and the squishy cheeks?
Yeah.
Or the long tail? Was it the tail? Be honest.
I wasn't a fan of the tail. I'll give you that one.
You know, that's fair. It was more like a gerbil tail, but with that big pile of fluff at the end. I don't know. The Cotton Fluff is still cute in my opinion.
You should have gone for something more like a chinchilla tail.
Oh, that would have been a good idea. Man, it's too late. It's too bad that this is too late.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the pet zone area, her area was labeled as Fluffy. It was the cutest possible thing, and it had a jungle habitat, if you recall. There were a bunch of things in there that you just went past. You didn't know what most of those things were, except for like Narc. But yeah, she was designed to be the cutest possible thing I could come up with. And upon receiving, affection of any kind, even just oh, that's cute, it could sense it in your mind and would use that as fuel to grow, 10 times as large into a 12-foot hulking beast that you guys will see soon. And you never bothered with it.
No.
No, that was your one instance of metagaming, and it worked in your favor, and I accepted it. Because you were almost dead. You were very close to just not being in the game anymore.
Yeah.
Just straight up dying. I remember where this actually came in. You guys came down from the attic.
Yeah.
This was where you found a sort of cursed magical item. That was actually my big red button. We'll talk about that later. You guys came down from the attic space looking around for anything. You found a hint to your final monster, and when you came down, you hear the little squeakers. You hear the adorable little squeaks of a fluffy animal.
I didn't want to deal with it.
You didn't.
Not at all.
You were just mad. It was like, it's this thing. Ignore it.
Yeah.
You actually convinced Rothgar, played by Noah, to scream at it.
Yeah.
At which point, it just curled back and started crying.
And he liked screaming at it, and I'm glad.
You made this adorable little bunny monster cry.
And it deserved it.
Okay, that's entirely true, but still. I was shocked. Not even Taz cared. He was concerned by your reaction.
Yeah.
He just left it where it was and trusted you guys.
Yeah.
Which was nice. It shows he did trust you.
I think he would not have assumed I'd do something like that without a reason.
Oh, absolutely. It couldn't have been that you were just that tired, because that wasn't accurate enough. But yeah, that's definitely something I was upset about, because I worked hard on its next evolution, and you didn't bother with it.
Nope.
So this is the next evolutionary stage of the Cotton Fluff here. She's supposed to be more along the lines of a werewolf because her freak was the Wolf Man. And at this point, I believe I was running out of notable carnival freaks.
There weren't exactly a terrible ton of them to pull from.
Oh no, and the ones that weren't notable enough to do anything with. Like there was Lobster Boy, who just had really deformed hands.
I mean, I could have saw you doing something with Lobster Boy.
Yeah, but I couldn't do anything. I not with the creatures I had that I thought of, and I thought about this for months. But this worked very well because the Cotton Fluff's aesthetic was always supposed to be, she grows multiple times larger based on the fact that she's receiving good attention. As you can probably tell here, I really studied werewolf aesthetic for this. I had a lot of werewolf components pulled up. And just like in the one before, you can see an early depiction of what she would look like in a more werewolfy state. Back when I was a slightly worse artist than I was now. I was gonna say than I am now, but I'm better than this than I am now. Because this was 2021, and the one you see in the top left corner is actually, I believe, late 2019. So yeah, a lot changed. You are so lucky you didn't have to fight this, and I was so mad you didn't have to fight this because of how much work I put into this design. Like, I worked hard for this, and you never got to see it in-game.
Yeah.
Still, though, I applaud you for that. That was a smart move on your part.
That was what I specialized in that game. It was avoiding fights.
You did very well, and we'll get to that next time, I think, because next one's going to be Don Funzo. That was a laugh and a half. A component that always stuck around, which I thought of spur of the moment the very first time I ever designed the Cotton Fluff, was that the ears were just going to become hands. I don't have anything to say on that. The ears were always going to become hands. They were going to be able to crush a watermelon.
I mean, if that's what you wanted out of them.
Oh, yeah. They had just something more. This thing ate bones. This thing ate flesh, sinew, tissue, bones, everything inside. None of you would have been left had you died. It was... This is why it took the place as the most dangerous creature, as you remember. I don't have a lot to say on this, just because you guys never got to fight it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the big things about it. If I recall vaguely what you had in place of its stat block...
Yeah?
It wouldn't have been an if you died, it would have been a when you die. And, I think if it had been, just this, maybe we would have taken it.
But the fact that it was all of them...
Yeah, as the usual DM, I tend to give you guys more constructive criticism.
Yeah.
When I try.
Yeah.
And the biggest constructive criticism I think I ever gave you for this one was
don't use homebrew.
Well, that was one I gave you before doing this. One you ignored. But the biggest piece that I gave you after the fact was maybe next time don't make us fight 8 monsters in one sitting.
Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna do lots of mediums or hards.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I just remembered. Okay. I said this weeks ago to you. But there were actually ways around fighting each of these.
You have mentioned that a few times. The thing is that very few of them were obvious.
Oh, yeah. There were things you really had to think about, and you weren't going to get on your own, I don't believe. But a secret way you could have avoided this fight and the fight with the Devil's Chimp is by utilizing...
Well, we did avoid this fight.
You did. But you could have actually taken out one with the other and vice versa. They were meant to be opposites. The perfect, predator for the Cotton Fluff that can take it out is actually the Devil's Chimp. Because it has no place in its brain for decent emotion. It's just constantly chaotic, evil, and violent. It's too stupid to understand compassion of any kind. It actively would have tried to eat the Cotton Fluff. So here's the thing. You get the Cotton Fluff really massive, okay? And then you use the capture cube you guys found. The knockoff Pokemon ball.
Yeah.
You capture either the Devil's Chimp or the Cotton Fluff. Already, that's one fight you don't have to do. And then you just sick them on each other, and they kill each other.
Could have worked.
It could have, but I think you're right. You didn't have the capture cube at this point because you found that upstairs. Had you gone upstairs first, which actually Rothgar tried to get you guys to do repeatedly. He wanted to go upstairs instead of going to the lab. And he tried to escape to the upstairs instead of going back down to the lab around the middle of the lab. But had you guys found the capture cube, you could have used it to not fight the Devil's Chimp, take the book, and then you could have just ignored the Cotton Fluff.
Well, that's certainly one way we could have done it.
Yeah, but sometimes these things just don't happen. There were ways you could have gotten around all of this without fighting, but you had to do very specific things. And I'm kind of happy you got to fight most of them.
Yeah.
It meant that I got to draw most of them for good reasons. This was not one of them, of course. But yeah, that's the Cotton Fluff. Base form and evolution. Mouse, you got anything to say about this, or are you just straight up proud you didn't have to fight it?
Yeah, just did not want to fight it.
Didn't want to fight it, and you were smart not to fight it. It would have killed you. But as always, he's been Mouse, I've been Why Not, and I hope you're entertained. Good night, everybody.